As I graduate school with my degree and I'm now fighting for my life in this shit show of a job market, I thought that my best chances of employment after graduation would be to just get a promotion and move up in my current company that I've been working at for a while now. And the timing was actually perfect because they were hiring a new role called content creator, which I thought perfect. Like, I've been doing that, you know what I'm saying? I've been creating content for them on social media for years now. So I thought, perfect, like this is the best chance. This is literally lining up perfectly. So I drafted up a job description, sent it over to the supervisors. They revised it, sent it back out, and then they opened up the job position and then still did interviews for everybody because you have to do it formally, you know what I'm saying? But it was kind of like, not a guarantee, but like high hopes that like I was getting that job. Like that position was mine. I even did the interview process. And then a week later, I heard back from the marketing director and they gave the position to someone else. And now any reasonable person will crash the fuck out, but I was actually kind of okay with it. And the reason why I was okay with this is because I kind of understand that opportunities are endless. I feel like we get so conditioned to be stuck in our head that we forget how big the world is because we like condition ourselves to be in these small little boxes. In our daily lives, we're just used to the same routines, same things that we be doing every day, that we kind of put ourselves in a little box that we forget how big the world is. And so it's kind of like the perception of money. As someone, me, who grew up in a single family household, low income, broke, like basically I was fucking poor. My mindset on money was that money was scarce. Money was limited. Not money like, like I have to be frugal with my money. I have to like penny pinch and be careful with it, right? Like my perception of money was that it was very limited. But as I get older, I'm starting to realize that there's money in everything. This green screen, this camera, this phone, that couch right there, the light, the plushie that's on the wall. There is money everywhere. And so when I understood that it's literally just about it's everywhere, I just got how to actually tap into that type of energy and have it work for you. The same thing goes with opportunities where we forget how big the world is and we like condition our minds to be like this fish in a tiny little pond or maybe even just in a literal fish bowl. When in reality, we are fish in an ocean. The world is so big and there's endless opportunities. A lot of my friends are going through the same thing where they also graduated college and are struggling to find a job or just the next big thing. You know, they get so stuck in this stressed out scarcity mindset, which again, it's very reasonable to be in that mindset. I feel like the world definitely conditions you to just move on to the next thing. And when you don't know what that next thing is, when the opportunity isn't right in front of you, then immediately you're like stressing yourself out and it makes it harder for opportunities to come to you because you're in that mindset. And so I realized that there's no point in stressing about the next thing or at least rushing immediately onto the next thing if it's not presented right in front of you, because being 20, being my early 20s, being 20 now is way different than being 20 100 years ago, even just a few decades back ago. Right, 100 years ago, I would have already had 5 kids, a wife, a mortgage, maybe fighting through the Great Depression. Back then, I would have had way more shit to deal with. Nowadays, the 30s really are the new 20s, bro. The 20s is the time where if you're at least willing to put time into putting yourself out there, meeting people, figuring out new hobbies, taking on more education, whether it's in certificates, licenses, trades, higher education, as long as you're still willing to put time into yourself and that you are optimistic and positive about the future, it is bound that you will find your thing. I saw this one video where it's like the luckiest people, they had like 4 or 5 traits, right? But I can only remember 2 of them, to be honest. The luckiest people are people who are, one, unreasonably optimistic. They're not delulu about it. They just have this like very optimistic view and very hopeful view of the future. And secondly, being abundant minded, understanding that the world is bigger than they are. Like, I don't care if you believe in manifestation or not, because we see time and time again that the most successful people, the most people who are happy in life are ones who have belief. They believe in themselves. They believe in something greater. And we see it time and time again. Like, I don't want to hear you argue about this, that the more belief you have in something, the more likely it is to happen. So stop self-sabotaging yourself and just start believing. It's like what I said in my new single, don't have to believe him, but there's no harm in believing, yeah.
Yeah, I bought a whole course saying fuck it. The pretty girls who I wanna say that I be fucking. And if money's gonna get me there, I'll sell an arm and a leg in a microsecond. I'm investing in this life that I know is true. Don't dim the light that's inside you. Let it guide you. And I never chase purpose, I just let it find you. It takes time, but you fully know it's inside you.
Basically what I'm saying is that there's no harm in believing, bro. It's kind of like a lose-lose, win-lose situation where if you don't believe, you don't gain anything and you don't lose anything. But if you do believe, you can still potentially lose something, but you can gain so much more. So it's like you might as well just believe, because there's no harm in just believing, dog. So believe that there's something greater, that there's always something bigger coming, that there's always more opportunities. Just believe that you can do it. I didn't get that job, and that's totally okay, because I understand that there's so much more I can do with my life now. My life is like a white canvas, and I'm the painter, and I can literally do anything with it. What I want to do with my life is I want to pursue this content thing seriously. This has been my true dream job ever since I was a 9-year-old kid, right? Like, I want to pursue this thing seriously and just pick up side jobs just to make ends meet while I still pursue this thing. And if I want, I can still go do other things. I can find new hobbies. I can get more certificates if I want, maybe go back to school. Like, there's so much more I can do. It doesn't end with my dream job, right? Oh, didn't get my dream job. What am I going to do now? There's so much more I could do, because I understand that the world is bigger than me. And maybe my dream job wasn't even meant for me, because I didn't get the job, I'm growing in so many other ways that I didn't expect now. And you might be going through the same thing, where you're coming to an end of a chapter in life and you're trying to look for the next thing, but life just doesn't seem to be going your way. And it's making you mad. It's making you angry. It's making you frustrated. You're questioning a whole lot of things. And that's completely normal. But as cliche as it sounds, that's life. Still woozy, right? That's life. And you just have to keep going. Life is gonna keep moving, so don't be consciously stuck in traffic. God even told us that in this lifetime, we will struggle, right? We're going to struggle in this lifetime, but when we do, He's going to be there with us while we struggle. And so you're never alone. When I didn't get that job, I didn't get rejected, right? Me and God got rejected. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both got rejected, but guess what? We got rejected together. I know that God is with me, and we're just going to move on to the next big thing in life, because I know God has more in store for me. So in a world full of rejections, just learn how to see growth and opportunity in every single situation. And if you want a personal talk about where you are in life right now, what you want to do, or maybe even some goals you have in plan, or maybe you don't even know what you want to fully do, but you know that you at least want to have big goals for your life, book a free coaching call down below and let me be a friend and a mentor. Especially since you probably hear the whole phrases of like, oh, just be optimistic, just be positive, just da-da-da. But sometimes it's so hard to be those things in a world that's so shitty. You know what I'm saying? We're just living in a world full of distractions. We live in a world that's full of negativity. And so it's just so hard to find direction. And so again, if you want a friend and a mentor to talk to you personally, book that free coaching call down below. Besides that, check out my music on all streaming platforms. My name is Hunnid, HXNNID. I just released a new single called Believing. RNH Hunnid, stay Hunnid with yourself.